Hello everyone, my name is Seiko Chongloy. Today I'm doing this video for class 10 students under Nagaland Board of School Education, and I'll be dealing English. So dear students, I hope you all are doing good and safe. I'm also doing well. Every one of us know that we are facing so many problems due to this pandemic. As a students, we have to stay at home. We cannot sit in a normal setting. So I am compelled to do this video for you all so that you can learn your lesson by watching this video. But I'm very sorry, I may not be able to give you the detailed explanation. However, I will summarize the lesson so that you can understand the concept of the story. So today, we will begin with the first lesson, Mehouviu and Morusa, which is an Angami folktale that happened to be in Kohima district in Nagaland. So this story is retold by Istirin Kire. So before we proceed further, let us try to understand who is Istirin Kire. Istirin Kire is a poet and author from Nagaland who currently lives in northern Norway. She was born on 29 March 1959 to an Angami family. She did her PhD in English literature from Savitribai Pune University, and the majority of her writings are based in the life realities of the people of Nagaland in the northeastern state of India. So that's a brief account of the writer Istirin Kire. Before we begin with the lesson, let us try to understand what is a folktale. A folktale is an old story that has been told again and again, or that has been transmitted from one generation to another generation orally, not in a written form. So today we will learn the story of Mehouviu and Morusa, which is an Angami folktale. Now, if you look at the board, Mehouviu, who is a winsome maiden and also possesses a pleasing personality. And on the right hand side, Morusa, who is a famous warrior, and he is tall and strong. So Mehouviu and Morusa lived in a neighboring villages which is some distance away from each other. So long ago, there was a girl named Mehouviu who was the most beautiful and charming lady of her village. And she also possessed a very pleasing personality that many young men in the village wanted to marry her, but she felt that she was not ready to take any one of them as husband. And on the other side, Morusa was a famous warrior of Kirima. He was tall and strong and already had taken many hats. So in the neighboring villages, there were few who had not heard of him. As I have said, many young men in the village would like to marry Mehouviu because she was the most beautiful lady of the village and also possessed a very pleasing personality. So Mehouviu refused to get married to any man in her village because some of her female friends had told her of the warrior Morusa, who could possibly become a worthy suitor. So one day, Morusa's uncle advised him to take a wife, and when someone suggested him the virtuous Mehouviu, the warrior agreed to the proposal. So Morusa and Mehouviu lived in the age where honor and reputation were highly valued. The quest for honor drove men into the battlefield again and again. Warriors killed enemy warriors in order to take their heads as trophies. That was the life Morusa lived. Meanwhile, Mehouviu was very excited to marry Morusa, the great warrior. So she feasted her female friends and waited for her wedding day. However, a few weeks before the wedding, she had the strangest dream repeatedly. She dreamed that she was in Morusa's house with a heaped plate of rice and meat that was set before her. So when she told her dream, the listener, they told her that when they were married, she would become a member of Morusa's rich household. So with few days left before the wedding, Morusa became restless because he wanted to impress his bride by doing something of note and prove himself to be a worthy suitor. So he set out on his mission. And on that day, he did not come across any enemy warriors at all. So he decided to travel farther. As fate would have it, he stepped into a village that was unknown to him. The village inhabitants were away in their fields, so it was quite deserted. However, he spied a woman weaving at her porch. A porch means covered entrance or a veranda. So she had a very long hair. She was also attractive and tall. The warrior hesitated to kill such a beautiful woman, yet he noticed her shiny hair and thought how well it would look as an ornament of war. So he swiftly stepped up to her. Taking by complete surprise, he slit her weaving loom off and drove his spear into her heart. Then he took her head as a trophy and proudly bore it home. The two villages of the betrothed couple, betrothed means engaged, so the engaged couple, they were some distance away from each other. Mehouviu's relatives were heartbroken to discover her killings just days before her wedding. So they sent messenger to Morusa's village where the preparation was underway. The sad news of her death was brought to Morusa, as well as the fact that she had been slain by a warrior. So Morusa was grief-stricken. Later, Morusa and his relatives pieced together the bits of information they had on the whereabouts of the two, and sadly realized that Morusa had unknowingly killed his own beloved. So the lady here that Morusa killed was Mehouviu, whom he was supposed to marry in a few days. The shock and grief of both the clans were unimaginable. So here, Historian Curie retold this story to stop and discourage headhunting that was prevailing in those days. So that was a brief story about Mehouviu and Morusa. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video with a new lesson. So thank you. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and bye bye.